What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the free players you can get through playing house rules this week. Now, if you guys didn't know, 15 points defensively you get 15 points defensively if you return any kind of play for a touchdown. All right, so that's pretty much what the house rules is. It's 1st and 20, and you got 3 downs to get a first down. Most of you guys have already gone through it. Pretty much for me, this was a lot easier than the OT rules, even though these were full games. And yes, the full games count toward Muttmaster, but I just want to put it on record. I had a couple games that were wild, but it was nothing like the O2 quick games. You know what I'm saying? So this one was a really good house rules. We're gonna go over some of the things to kind of figure like what should we be doing with our squad right now, and where we're gonna go with these the top tier player for each of the theme diamonds, because some of you guys were asking, like, do you go with Von Miller? Do you take Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Ramsey? There are so many different options that you can go through when you get this 12 house rule wins. All right, so let's go ahead and open the pack up. That's the first thing. All right, now it shows you again. I don't know, bro. Why did it open and then open to something else? Like what's going on here? I don't know what's happening. So anyway, when you go through all of them, it's gonna give you pretty much every player, right? So it's up to you to decide which player is which player's value means the most to you. Okay, JJ Watt, there's some other cards in here. This guy was up to like 140K. Now he's down to like 94. It's a lot of different things that are going on for the reasoning behind why people will pay more for it. But for us, if we're trying to figure it out together, right, we got to make the best decision. So look, the best decision is not always going for the 87. All right, let me explain to you why. There are, other cards that you can get that are a little bit lower. Okay, like Michael Thomas, you can complete his journey card. Let me see, hold up. Okay, those guys are good. Jason Kelsey has a really good card as well, and he's getting a new ability. Travis Frederick is really good also, but the price ranges, it all varies. All right, Luke Kuechly is an 87, obviously, but it's all about the fit for your team. Now, Patrick Mahomes' price has gone down tremendously. All right, so not only that, I want to also point out a couple things going into like interchanging the players. When you're interchanging players, remember, if there's a space in between where you had to use a certain amount of training, you have to make sure that you understand, that you're going to lose half of that training, and then you got to pay for it again to actually upgrade that player back. I'm going to go ahead and show you that because some of you guys were asking about it, like, yo, Gmia, what's up with this? I took away this card for my free nat, and then I had to pay training all over again. Yeah, like, listen, EA is not playing games with any of you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and back out of this, and we're going to go ahead and go in depth to kind of understand what I'm talking about. Very similar to the power-up pass situation, which a lot of you guys have become veterans with, and you've never played MUT before. You're like, yo, Gmia, thank you for explaining it. Listen, guys, if you apply yourself just with any avenue of life, you're going to have more success. You have to be humble and try to learn it. And then when you get better and then whatever, it's your choice if you want to go ahead and teach guys how to be better with it, or if you just want to keep all the information to yourself. But if you come to this channel, I want you to know everything that's going on within, this whole situation here. So listen, this is what my thought process was the first time around, right? I was like, yo, I can sell Patrick Mahomes 87 and put his 87 back in there. Then I was like, you know what? Von Miller, I can actually, downgrade him, get his 87, put his 87 in the set, and then I can use that 87 to 88 overall power up pass on somebody else. You see what I'm saying? But look what happened though. When you go to this, you'll get the full refund. You'll get his master Von Miller, but the one below this, I'm just gonna take this away because this doesn't cost me anyone, right? So I'm gonna refund it, right? And then look, you see this right here? You're gonna get 500 training back. Okay, so if you select that, you're going to get half, and now you start to lose. Okay, that is the major situation that I don't want anybody to go through. I did this last year when they first started doing stuff like that, and I was like, yo, what is going on? Why are they doing this? What's happening with this? And immediately after all that stuff started to happen, it became a nightmare for me because I realized that the way that the training and everything works, it's gonna be, it doesn't make any sense for you to do that. And I just want to point that out to you guys, that that's the way that it goes. If there is that little slot in between where you got to spend training to get to it, you're going to get half back. You're going to go put the other card in, And yeah, you'll get whatever you're trying to get from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the power-up pass in this guy, and I'll be able to use it to get back 100 and something thing there. And I know you guys probably like, yo, it's only 500 training, but you got to keep in mind, try to be cost-effective with the stuff that you're doing, because you don't want to be that guy that keeps downgrading players and losing training, because eventually, like, you're not going to have anything. And again, with the price of 500 training, right? Because remember, I'm going to get 500 training back, and then I'm going to have to give them 500 training to go forward with it when I have 1158 right now, and I'm still working on getting Lawrence Taylor stuff up. And not only that, the 87 to 88, I could probably go to Charles Tillman, right? Like, look, let me point this out again to you guys, because the power-up pass can be used with anyone that has a certain rating, right? So look, if I do this, I have to automatically, because of his final tier, I gotta take away stuff before I get to that 88. Listen, again, if you guys are balling and, you know, straight Scrooge McDuck status, I have no issue with you guys doing it, all right? But I am not going to promote guys just, you know, giving back EA half, you know, yo, okay, let me get back half and then let me pay again a 13. I'm not doing that just for a power-up pass. We're gonna have to find other ways, or find other cards that we can that's not all the way powered up, that we can interchange. For instance, like say for instance, I was gonna keep this Patrick Peterson, right? And I wanted to get the nap from him and just make coins that way. I could do that with his card, because I don't believe that he has much going on with his situation. So if I were to do this, that would be minor training, and then I would just take this away and add his nap, which is the 85, okay, and then sell his 85 overall to get some more coins, because his doesn't really affect me as much as everything else. So that way it's a little bit more cost effective with the way that you're doing it, because training points, even with the way the market is and how it's collapsing, if you started to power up a lot of different cards, it's still going to cost you. Don't listen to people that tell you, oh yeah, bro, it's only a little bit, you're making more. Listen, unless that 87 to 88 overall power-up pass on my team right now was going to give me somebody that's way glitchy that I powered up, which I don't have. I don't have anybody that's powered up from it, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, Lane Johnson's gonna give me like 130. Like, that's not big coin money. That right there is like, you know what I'm saying, me trying to power up one card. And then, you know, I end up selling it, and then that's what happens. I'm not doing it like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go take a look at some of the other cards, you know, like I said, with the ones that we just opened with the pack, and then we have to figure out the best case scenario. Now, many of you guys were like, yo, Jalen Ramsey, right? You guys were like, we should probably go after Jalen Ramsey. Let's go take a look at Jalen Ramsey's power up, because honestly speaking, right, Lattimore is used for me at this point as more of a strong, well, not a free safety, because of his speed. I know he has no zone. I know the guy is blind as a bat. I'm aware of all that, okay? But Jalen Ramsey might be that key. If for whatever reason you guys are not trying to complete any of the themed diamonds, see, that's another thing. If you guys were trying to complete some themed diamonds, remember, some of you guys were like, yo, I actually got, you know, this other dude powered up. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole set, got everything because of the 12 house rule situation, right? That's all fine and well. You know, if you want to do it along those lines, that's great. Jalen Ramsey is a really good corner. You can see that his prices of his power up is pretty hefty though. You know, somebody bought it for 80K. We could have bought that, but I'm not really worried about it. I'm not ready to jump on that right now and see what's happening. But for those of you guys that chose Jalen Ramsey, let's take a look at what would happen with my squad if I chose Jalen, because I think he's probably, when you look at Patrick Mahomes having that next tier power up, I can't do nothing with that either. I can't go back and put him in the set and try. It'll be too much. It's too complicated with the way that I've already spent training, and I'm not going the route of Madden 19 and just wasting training. I'm not doing it. So let's look at our corners. All right, we got Pat Tillman. All right, 90 overall. We got Marshawn Lattimore, who like I told you guys, he's primarily going to be a strong safety, but I can actually leave him there at cornerback 3. Some of you guys have confirmed that Patrick Peterson is taking the full suspension, so I don't know what's going to happen as far as his card upgrades. EA might mess around and do like they did Franco Harris last year and not give him a 99 eventually, which is going to absolutely suck, right? So I can assume that like Marshawn Lattimore is going to be going wild, because the Saints have a lot to, you know what it is? The anger that they feel over that blown call last year from them not going to the Super Bowl, I think that's enough for them to be able to go out there every game and give it everything. Not to say that these athletes don't do that every game, but this is even more of like, you refs are blind and you cost us a Super Bowl run. Now we're just going to do whatever we want. I really feel that the Saints are going to be out there balling like savagely. So look, we could go Jalen Ramsey, okay? We could go Jalen Ramsey, put Marshawn Lattimore as the third corner, sell Patrick Peterson and his power up, and then just go from there. Because you got to understand something, right? When you're if your zone coverages, like let's take a look at Charles Tillman. I just want to, because I told you guys that Lattimore is trash as far as zone coverage, but his speed is why he's there. All right, so look, let's take a look at this. When you look at Marshawn Lattimore's, his zone coverage is below tier, okay? So because it's below that 80, he's going to be just standing there while he's getting dotted, all right? He's like, yo, bro, you here? Yeah, all right, I'm there. Sometimes when you click on, he won't even react. And that might be part of the game, I don't know. But because of the tier of his zone coverage, many of you have had so many issues. But I think a lot of it also has to do with play recognition. All right, so when you look at Patrick Peterson, he's the guy that I put in as a starter. Then I put Lattimore as the safety because he's so fast. And he's just flying all the way back there. You're not really going to burn him deep. And it works out better for us that way. If we get Jalen Ramsey, we can actually sell Patrick Peterson, keep Lattimore, and then go forward with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's probably along the route that I may do it. Even though you just saw me like not buy his power up as an 80 or whatever, I may end up just doing that because at this point, it would add a lot more to what we're trying to do because he would elevate us that much. And pretty much it would cost us whatever, the 80K or whatever it's going to be. Maybe we'll snipe him in the 70s when it goes back down. It will cost us that, which will probably be what it will cost us to sell Patrick Peterson off. Because Patrick Peterson is also, obviously, I don't think I used any power-ups with him, any power-up passes. So he would probably be a full sale, and then we could add Jalen Ramsey with all of his zone coverage and all of the wild stuff that he has because his numbers are really, really good. So that's probably more or less where I would go. Add a new player. For those of you guys that are asking, yo, Gmias, should you actually complete one of the theme diamond sets? Yeah, if you only have one card left, you know what I'm saying, and it's one of these, yeah, complete it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not, like, I'm not going after JJ Watt, like, I'm not doing any of that. The situation is you have to make your team better with your pull. So Jalen Ramsey would probably do that for us based on the fact that if you even compare him right now to Tillman with his base before he's powered up, obviously we know he'll go to an 84 speed, 85 excel. You're going to get the +1s, right? The jump, the play rec. If you look at that play rec is going to 85, which is the next level tier from the 80 to 84. That's next level tier, all right? Man coverage is way better than Pat Pete. Zone coverage, he's next level tier. Press, okay, they're both in the same tier between the 85 to 89 ratio. So that will go to 90. It'll make him a next level tier for press if we wanted to press with the, as far as like the cloud flats and stuff like that. So that would work. But just to give you an example of what's happening, he is going to be a guy that with Charles Tillman, he'll probably be lockup for us. All right, he more than likely will be lockup for us. And we would just have to focus on the training points to get him to the 88 for now. And again, the Jaguars, they're riding high also. New quarterback, they're thinking that they're the bomb. They may come out and play very, very well. He may actually not be getting routed like he was last season and actually play some defense. So, I think it's my personal opinion that more than likely it'll probably be Jalen Ramsey. Now, some of you guys were wondering about Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, that other card that they have for him is pretty expensive still, the superstar. I thought it was like 300 and something. That's going to cost you guys a lot. I'm looking for minimal and still trying to make coins. So if I go Jalen Ramsey, I can still sell Patrick Peterson and make back the coins that it cost me to get his power up. All right, so more than likely, that's what I'm probably going to do. I've explained to you guys already why I don't think that it would be smart to do, Von Miller or Patrick Mahomes. Please be very, very careful with your training. And before you make any mistakes, leave a comment, let a community member help you out. Let somebody help you out that's in the community before you start going wild. Unless you got, if you got bread on bread and stacks on stacks on stacks and you make it rain, don't even worry about it, bro. Even though I still want you to be smart with your funds, don't even worry about it. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But more than likely, I think we're going to go with Jalen Ramsey and just call it a day. All right? Let me know what you're thinking about it. Get at me as soon as possible. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.